All right, everyone. Welcome to this practice today for perimenopausal and menopausal women. However, if you are a woman in any stage of your cycle where you feel like you need more of a gentler, nourishing practice for your hormones, then this is also the class for you. And I have the beautiful Gata today. So those of you who haven't seen her on the channel, she is my therapist, my friend, my landlady, and she came on today to support me to teach this practice for you because, of course, I'm not going through menopause myself, but I really wanted to help support and honor the women around me, like Gata and my mom, who are moving through menopause or coming out more the other end, and, you know, help and provide a practice that really just allows them to rest and calm the nervous system and help with the endocrine system to really help with the fluctuations of hormones that are moving through the body right now.
Yeah, I mean, menopause is a really intense time, and perimenopause is already quite challenging. I had a really challenging time in my perimenopause, which is like the years before you stop bleeding. I actually thought after that everything would be fine, and it's actually not. So what we really need to do is we need to support our body in a change. It's a time of change. It's a time when we come out of being active, having maybe taken care of children and family for a long time, or having had a career and pushed for that. Now it's a time to go in, and if we don't support that, our bodies cannot handle it anymore. It's about now nourishing ourselves. Very often, like it was for me, sleep is an issue, joints become an issue because the hormones are fluctuating, and a lot of hormones are actually going down. Progesterone often goes down. The skin is not as great anymore. I started having pimples all over the place, and so everything is challenging, and we cannot do it the way how we used to do it. And so yoga has been my life savior. I could not do the pushing and the active and strengthening practices anymore. I needed to regulate more through gentle practice. So this is actually really good, I think, and important.
Yeah, great, thank you. So if you haven't got a blanket or a pillow or a bolster, please grab it now, and also 2 blocks as well. And if you haven't got 2 blocks, then don't worry about it, that's okay. But we are going to start sitting, so if you have one of those, bolster, block, anything for a little bit more height, then grab it now. And in the seat, you can either take cross-legged like Gata and I, or you can sit in Virasana, so sitting onto the knees or to the heels, then that's fine as well. So just making sure that you're really comfy in the seat. And especially if you are moving through hot flushes at the moment or any kind of irritability in the body, then we're going to start with a very cooling pranayama for you. So we'll roll the tongue on the inhale, so it looks like this. Now, some people can roll the tongue, but some people can't. So if you can't, then you want to create a circle with your mouth and imagine like you're sucking the air in, like from a straw, sucking it up. And then we'll hold slightly at the top of the inhale, and then it'll be a slow exhale. And you can envision the breath going all the way down to the base of the spine. Okay? So before we start that, just finding that comfortable seat, closing the eyes. And taking a natural breath in. Natural breath out. And then rolling the tongue, breathing in for 4, 3, 2, so not rushing, 1, hold, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1, Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 more rounds. Breathing in, hold, exhale, slow, steady out breath. Smooth inhale. Pause on the top of the in-breath. Slow exhale. Last round, breathing in. Natural breath in. Natural breath out. And just notice the subtle shifts and changes after that practice, however subtle. And so really becoming very in tune with what's going on for you right now in the body. And allowing the system to calm, to settle. And allowing yourself to fully just choose you for the remaining time of practice and just always. But using this practice as an opportunity to really come home to yourself. So we'll bring the hands either to Anjali Mudra at prayer or hands onto the heart, you choose. And we'll open with the chant of Om. So if you prefer to just simply receive, then you can just listen to me in Gata and just receive the Om. So big breath in. Gentle exhale, gently bowing the chin in towards the heart. Releasing the hands, coming off the seat. And slowly just taking your 2 blocks, if you have them, don't worry if you don't, just bring them more towards the top of the mat. And so really the blocks are there for assistance. So if, again, like I said, if you don't have them, don't stress, don't worry about it. Take your blanket, your pillow, just make sure that it's close. And we'll bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the knees underneath the knees. So what's funny is that I actually am bleeding tomorrow. So my brain's like, perfect time to teach this class. So spread the fingers out wide, grab the ground with the fingertips, and just start to gently move the hips from side to side. Head, neck, shoulders. And just notice if the body's feeling a little tight, a little tense. And keeping the breath going in and out of the nose. And just allowing the breath to move through the whole body in a sense. So expanding the breath out to the fingers, to the toes. And finding a little bit more fluidity in the body. And a couple rounds of cat and cow for the spine. So we'll take a breath in, send the heart forwards and the sit bones back. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine, press the floor away, curling in. And 2 more like that. So big inhale, opening up. Curl around, draw in, full exhale. Last one, breathing in. Heart moves forwards, gaze lifts. Round, draw in, long breath out. And then keep this rounding, take your time. We're going to pick the knees off the mat and walk the hands back to the feet. So we're going to come towards the back of the mat. That's it. Soften the knees as much as you need. And bring the hands to the shins. Take a halfway lift, inhale. And fold over the legs on the exhale. So 2 more like that. So hands to shins, big breath in. Fold in, long breath out. And again, hands to shins, big inhale, find a little bit more length. Fold, long exhale. Then let the arms be heavy, bring the weight back to the heels, and just slowly roll the spine all the way up to stand. So pressing down into the feet, articulating the spine. That's it. And then rolling the shoulders a couple times, up towards the ears and then back down. And then we'll walk to the top of the mat. So we will bring a little bit of movement today to the practice. So opening up the channels of the body and then working towards cooling everything down at the end. But we're not going to go really fast. We'll still take it very slow. So when you feel ready, pressing into the feet, we'll sweep the arms up overhead, take a slow inhale. Knees soft, forward fold, long exhale. Halfway lift to lengthen, breathe in. Step the right foot back. Gently drop the right knee down. If you want your blanket here for underneath the knee, you can take it. Then bring the left hand onto the left thigh. Then right hand on top. So take your time. Either stay here, take a breath in, lift the heart. Slow breath out. Or you can sweep the arms up overhead. Big inhale. Long exhale. Stay, 1 more big breath in, lift the heart a little higher. And then gently hands down to the mat on the out breath. Heel toe the left foot wide and step the left foot back, keeping both knees down onto the mat. Good. And then again, 2 rounds of cat and cow. Take a breath in, heart forward, sit bones back. Chin to chest round, curl in on the breath out. And again, smooth inhale, opening up. Round, curl in, exhale. Now this time, walk the hands a hand's distance forwards. We're going to work to downward facing dog. Press down into the hands and pick the knees off the mat, keeping the knees bent, working the chest back towards the thighs, and think long, nice spine. That's it. So smooth inhale in. And really pressing down into the palms on the breath out. And now at any point, whenever we're in down dog, if it feels too much, you can always drop the knees down. But we use it more as a transition phase. So we're going to come up high onto the balls of the feet on the inhale. Bending the knees, look forwards, and just take your time to tiptoe to the top of the mat on the exhale. Halfway lift to lengthen, breathe in. Fold in, breath out. Press down into the feet and rise, arms up overhead, big inhale. This time we grab a hold of the right wrist and lean to the left on the exhale, pressing down into the right foot. Come back to center, breathe in. Grab a hold of the left wrist and lean to the right on the breath out. Back to center, inhale. Knees soft, forward fold, long exhale. Halfway lift to lengthen, slow on the in-breath. We'll step the right foot back. Drop the right knee down, again on your blanket if you need. Now this time we're going to take the 2 blocks, so don't worry if you don't have your blocks. We walk them back as we gently start to straighten out through the left leg. So we pick the ball of the foot off the mat. Now you think straight-ish with the knees, so if you need to, you can always bend the knee a little bit more. So halfway lift, breathe in, lift the chest. And then bending the elbows, fold in on the breath out. So you can think of your cat and cows like you did earlier. Inhale to lift, open. Exhale to fold in. Breathing in, open up through the heart. Exhale to fold. And then halfway lift to lengthen. Walk the blocks forwards, rebend the front knee, plant the foot down. Now we'll heel toe the left foot wide and bring the hand to the inside. And here you can release the top of the right foot down. So we're just getting into the psoas, getting into the glute. So whatever feels best for your knee, sometimes the toes tucked under feels better for the knee. So if that's the case, you can do that. Then big in breath, lift the chest. Either you can stay here or again, bend the elbows, fold in. We'll just do 2 more rounds like that. So breathing in to lift. Exhale to fold. Last one, breath in. Fold in, breath out. Coming back up slow on the inhale. Gently heel toe the left foot wide and we'll step the left foot back. Yes. Take your time to move the blocks out of the way. Come back into tabletop, so hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll take a side bend here. So right hand, we'll bring it over towards the left corner of the mat. Take an in-breath and then bring the sit bones gently back towards the heels on the out-breath. Now we are moving a fair amount, even though it's more gentle movement. We are moving a lot, and I know that when you are moving through perimenopause or menopause, you would usually take more of a restorative practice or restorative option. But I want to make sure that your body is still getting the nourishment and still getting the movement, and you can still open up all the channels of the body, and then we will start to work rest. So slowly coming up, switching sides. And left hand over towards the right, sit bones back towards the heels. And of course, there might be days where this practice, even though we are working more of a gentle practice, doesn't suit the body and you need just full restorative rest. And you can always just do just the end of practice as well. Of this practice is what I mean. Slow breath in. Long breath out. And then gently sliding the left hand back in. Walk the hands a hand's distance forwards. We pick the knees off the mat for downward facing dog. Big inhale in. Slow breath out. We come up high onto the balls of the feet on the in-breath. And then bending the knees, tiptoe to the top of the mat on the out-breath. Halfway lift to lengthen, breathe in. Fold on the breath out. And pressing down into the feet and rise, arms up overhead, big inhale. We grab a hold of the left wrist and lean to the right on the exhale. Back to center, breathe in. Grab a hold of the right wrist and lean to the left on the breath out. Back to center, inhale. Knees soft forward, fold, long, exhale. Halfway lift to lengthen, breathing in. Stepping now the left foot back. Left knee drops down to the mat. You can grab your 2 blocks as you walk your hands back and gently straighten out through the right leg. So big inhale, lifting the heart. Either stay here or fold in on the exhale. So stretching out through the hamstring even more. 2 more rounds, breathing in. Fold, long breath out. And again, last one. Big in breath. Fold, long out breath. Back up, inhale. And walking the blocks forwards, we re-bend the front knee. Heel toe the right foot wide and bring the block to the inside of the foot. Again, either staying here, you can option to release the top of the back foot down. Take an inhale. Fold in, exhale. And again, breathing in, peeling up. Exhale to fold. Last one, big in breath. Fold in, long out breath. Back up, inhale. Then gently, really mindful of the hips. Heel toe the right foot wide. And we'll step the right foot back. It's time moving the blocks out of the way. We'll take child's pose. Now, if you do have a bolster that you'd like to bring between the knees and you'd like to hug the bolster, that you can do that now. Otherwise, we'll walk the hands forwards, sit bones to heels. And if you're feeling like the hips are really tight, then you can always bring your pillow or a blanket underneath the sit bones for a little bit more height. So essentially now, after all of the movement and opening up the channels of the body, as we come to stillness, just noticing now how that practice has affected you on all levels. So energetically, how you're feeling, how the body's feeling. And in stillness now, can you breathe in more space to the low back ribs, really breathing into the adrenals. You can almost imagine like my hands are also on your low back and you want to breathe into my hands. Letting the belly expand with every inhale. And aware of the gentle softening, the gentle drawing in on the exhale. And if you feel that that practice really brought a lot of heat into the body, then you can come back to Shatali Pranayama. So breathing in and rolling the tongue on the inhale. And then doing a slow exhale. You can stay with the count of 4, or you can always increase the count. And last 3 deep breaths here. And when you feel ready, starting to lift the gaze on the inhale. And you'll slowly walk the hands back in and peel yourself up when you're ready. And we bring the knees towards one another, bum towards one side, as you send the legs forwards. Do you mind if I go right in front of you here? So we're going to bring the right shin in front of the left shin. I'll mirror you. Working the feet in line with the knees. Now you can take your pillow or your blanket and bring it underneath the sit bones for a little bit more height, or to just keep the energy of restorative practice, you can take the pillow and bring it in front of you like so as you fold in, so you choose. Unfortunately, I'm going to be Gata's pillow. So come up onto the fingertips, take a breath in. And then either stay here or walking the hands forwards on the breath out. And you can take any variation in the fold. You can stay upright. You can fold all the way in. And now I like to bring a little bit of subtle, gentle swaying, especially with this fold, especially in this hip opener. So breathing in, I just gently sway one way, and breathing out, gently swaying the other way. And it's just my way to kind of self-regulate and self-soothe. But you might have your own way to do that. It might be a few deep breaths out of the mouth, some sighs, sound. Gata made a nice sound there, a little purr. Two more deep breaths here. And take a slow inhale in. Long breath out. And lifting the gaze on the inhale. And walking the hands back in on the exhale. Move your pillow, move your bolster out of the way. Bring the fingertips behind you and just gently releasing the legs. So we are going to be holding poses progressively for a little bit longer. Obviously, I didn't want to keep you in this pose for too long, just for the knees. So you can keep the legs as long as you like for your rebound, or you can already just start to switch sides. So left shin in front of the right shin. And take your variation, take your pillow or your bolster in front if you need. Big breath in. And then folding in when you're ready on the out breath. So really allowing the body to receive the breath and staying very in tune with your natural rhythm. And again, like I said earlier, you can really experiment and play with the exhale as your way to just really self-regulate. And last two deep breaths. And slow inhale in. Long breath out. And lifting the gaze on the in-breath. And walking the hands back in, just nice and slow on the out-breath. Bringing the fingertips behind you, gently releasing the legs. And just take your time to come down onto your back. Just make sure that your pillow, your bolster, or your blanket is closed. Now you can take a moment before we do anything to hug the knees into the chest and gentle little rocks from side to side. And slowly bringing the feet down, and you'll take your pillow or your bolster or your blanket, so you bring that underneath the sacrum, so not on your low back, not on your glutes, but just right in the middle in between. So pressing into the feet, I'm going to slide the bolster underneath, gata. So essentially really allowing the pelvis to rest and be supported by the bolster, by your pillow, and allow the arms to be heavy. And then gently, when you feel ready, picking the feet off the mat. And just take a moment to hug the knees in towards the chest. And then preparing to transition to extend the legs up towards the sky for Repite Karani. So just allowing the blood to move from the feet back towards the heart. Now this is a really beautiful pose that you can take if you're near a wall or if you have a chair near you. You might want to bring your feet up onto the chair and lie back, and you can stay here for a really, really long time and make it a very restorative pose for you. We're just going to show you this one with the bolster underneath the sacrum, but you can obviously, when you have a wall or something to lean the feet on, you can just use that and without your blanket. But I always like to bring a little bit of cushion underneath the back as well. And another variation is also to take shoulder stand in this. I'm not going to demonstrate it today because it's really a pose that is quite intricate for the neck. So you want to make sure that you have blankets underneath your shoulders and really prepare for that one. But I can do a whole how-to of shoulder stand as well to really break it down for you. Otherwise, we'll just stay here. Slowing the breath down and breathing into the belly. And maybe even allowing the lips to just gently part, the jaw to get a little heavier, the tongue heavy. And we'll take 10 slow, deep breaths here. And for the last couple rounds of breath here, I'm going to bring back in the count, but at any point if this feels too much, you can just release the count and come back to your natural breath. And you can choose to do Shatali or no Shatali. So take a natural inhale when you're ready. Long exhale. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in 4, 3, 2, 1. exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, in, pause, slow exhale, all the way to empty. Last 2 rounds. Big in breath. Feel the belly expand, breathing into the heart. Slow out breath. Last round, breathing in. Long breath out. And just starting to gently bend the knees. Just keep the arms alongside the body for a moment. Then you can split the knees wide. So it's almost like you're taking a supported happy baby pose here. And if this feels too much for your hips, you can always just lower the feet down. You might even like to bring more of the soles of the feet together and the knees a little wider. That's it. And big inhale in. Slow breath out. And again, smooth inhale. Long exhale. And then gently lifting the knees slightly and drawing them back towards one another. We'll lower the feet down to the mat. And take your bolster or your pillow and just slide it forwards and go underneath the knees. Good. And then from here, take your hands and bring your hands underneath your sacrum. So your palms are going to face down, the thumbs are going to come together. So it's almost like you're creating a W with your hands. So the thumbs together, the fingers out wide. And you're going to work the elbows in towards one another. Either you can stay here if there's anything going on with the neck. Otherwise, we're going to take fish pose just for a moment as we work the elbows in, gently pressing into the forearms to lift the head. That's it. And maybe the crown of the head will come down, or you stay as you are lifting the head. That's it. So this is just bringing more blood towards the thyroid gland. And it might feel nice to open and close the mouth a couple times. Really breathing into the heart. And then when you feel ready, gently bringing the elbows wide, chin towards the chest, and slowly, mindful of the neck, bringing the head back down. And then here, closing the eyes, feeling in. You might place your hands onto your belly, maybe one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, or arms alongside the body. You choose whatever feels best for you. And before you come to finishing this practice, before you come to full stillness, just notice what the body needs. If it needs another pose, a twist, halasana, any other shape. So again, we're focusing on staying really in tune with the body's needs, as well as the physical layer, also the subtler, the energetic layer. And if you've chosen to take Shavasana, then just already allowing the body to get really heavy. allowing the tissue to soften. And really allowing the belly to receive the breath. Whole back chain of the body grounds. Allowing yourself to fully rest back. And you might even softly say to yourself, receive, receive, receive. You can stay in Shavasana for as long as you like, beautiful yogis. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.